A bowl of vegetables with someone you love is better than steak with someone you hate. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the junk room where we create whatever. Today on my desk, I have a couple of things that I'm playing with that I wanted to share with you. Maybe it will inspire you. Maybe you'll just have fun and enjoy watching. Whatever the reason, I'm so glad you are here. There's several joining in on this 5-item challenge. It's 5 items. There's some 7 items. There's a switcheroo, that sort of thing. And I kind of wanted to, get on that train. And I wanted it to be a little bit different, though. I work with youth at Youth Unlimited YFC here in St. Thomas, Elgin, Ontario, Canada. And so because I work with youth, I get to junk journal with them and all kinds of stuff. It's lots of fun. I asked them to bring me 5 items that I have to use in my junk journal. They are very, very excited about that. I have 2 other friends, though, that aren't here in St. Thomas. They're just down the highway a little bit. They were the first ones to suggest some items. And so I thought, you know what? If you can't be here and give me, physical items, you can tell me and I have to go hunt for them. Either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. This is the beginning of AM 5-item challenge. A for Alex, M for Miley. And here's their 5 items that I have to use in my junk journal. Pugs number 1. They both love pugs so much that I have to use pugs. If I can make them blue and purple, I get bonus points. But I have to use blue and purple somewhere on my page. I also have to have purple hearts, which is not a problem because I just love purple. But then they said I had to have rainbow confetti. And I'm like, what am I going to do with that? What am I going to use for that? Still working on that one, girls. And sparkles. What I've done as I'm thinking about this is I've gotten the paper that I'm going to use. That's going to go in my junk journal. Now, I have 2 because Miley and Alex, they're twins and they like everything to be the same. I'm going to do 2 pages at the same time, but I can't guarantee that they'll be done the same way. But this paper, it's really hard to tell on camera, but it's blue. So this main area is blue. It's shiny. It's blue. And the background is purple. And it's the same purple as this nice purpley paper. I'm going to use these 2 as the purple and blue. And we'll see if the pugs turn purple and blue. I don't know. I do have some pug printables from a digi-kit I bought, and you might be wondering what's wrong with the paper. They are coffee dyed because I just wanted to see what that looked like. And because it's a digi-kit, I can print out as many as I want. But I had an idea that I want to try with the big pug face. I also found in the junk room 2 of the pugs from the old calendars. And they're not the same. So, not sure how I'll use them or if I'll use them. But I did find some pugs. And these are the offcuts to the paper that I'm using. So we're going to use these because we don't want to waste anything. And I did go ahead and coffee dye the inside of the paper. And I did all that on the weekend so it would dry. And then I love these king size cards. They're big. I love them. perfect size for a journal card. What I've done is I went ahead and I kind of prepped the base a little bit, and all I did was I used my Mod Podge mix of glue and water, and I covered it, and then I put on top of it sewing pattern tissue paper, because it has lines, and this one had numbers on it, and I thought, oh, that'll be so fun. Those are the base started for those. And then I did find something I could use for this rainbow confetti. These are tiny, 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 tiny. I mean, really, really, really tiny plastic circles. Now they're flat on the bottom and round on the top. And these come from, if you've done any diamond painting, these are the things, these plastic circles are the things that stick on the diamond painting. And I have bags and bags and bags of them. That's rainbow-like, lots of different colors there. And once they come out of the bag, they just go everywhere. If you have any diamond painting spare stuff, I have an idea for it. And then, I thought, oh, this will be rainbow and sparkly. These are tiny, tiny little gems. They're like this, only they're sparkly. I think between the two, if I use both of them, that will meet the criteria for rainbow confetti and sparkles. And this I cut down to the size that I want my junk journal to be when all is said and done. So it's the perfect size for a journal card. But what I was thinking was, I cut out the pug face and put him where the jack face is. So I'm going to cut and speed this up. I like it. I need another one for here. And then I need two more because I have to make find another jack. Or maybe it could work for the queen or the king. I'll find the other jack. There, look at that. Okay. But it's still a little bit too plain. How do we, take it up a notch? Well, I think I want to do a little bit of some book pages or music paper as a little collage. I don't want to lose too much of the jack part, but let's get some book pages and see what we can do here. Okay, I'm going to put this aside. Cut out the other ones. So here's a book page, some music paper, some old dictionary, different type of music. This is my walnut stained paper, where I gathered walnuts and boiled them down and used it on my papers to dye my papers. We don't need a lot, but it's really too plain for my liking. The more you junk journal, the more you'll find things that you like and things that you don't like. I've discovered I like coffee dyed paper and tea stained paper. I've got some on my desk, but the bottle itself is broken. So that's all you need. You don't have to go buy any inks. You don't have to, spend lots of money that you don't have and try to age your paper. just tea and coffee. I discovered that one of our dollar stores here in St. Thomas carries instant coffee for $1.25. So I've boiled some up here at work, put it in the fridge so I can use later. So I'm just going to lay these to one side, and I'm just going to let them air dry, because I've said before, there's no outlet in the junk room here at work. So I can't dry them with my heat gun. What can we do in the meantime? Well, I saw something really, really neat on another YouTube channel. Here is a page that I'm working on. This is a swap that I'm a part of in one of the junk journal groups on Facebook. And what I did was I just drenched it in coffee. And then as it was drying, I carefully smooshed it all up and sprayed it again while it was smooshed all up. And then I'd lay it out a little bit more. I'd put my coffee on it, and I squish it up very carefully because it's drenched, so it's gonna tear if you're not careful. And then as it was drying in the squished, smooshed bunch, I took the ink and I inked those spots that were, you know what I'm talking about, right? You scrunch it up. I just took my ink and just went around to the spots that were sticking out. And then I'd very carefully open it up because it's drenched. And then I'd do it a different way. And then I'd just ink it up. So that was the process. And I'm sorry I didn't do a video of that, but that's the process to make this. It's like a faux leather, like it's really cool. And of course I couldn't get it flat because it's so wrinkled. So I don't have anything on here yet because I'm not sure what I'm going to do quite yet. On the back, I just took the cut off from when I cut it down to size, and I just stitched around it, and it's a pocket. I have a pocket there on the back, and then inside I tried a couple of different things. Because it was white, because this was from a scrapbook paper, and so the inside was white. And so again, I took the coffee and I sprayed the back, and then I took a stamp, some script stamp, and I just stamped around black and brown ink, and so that's the background. And then the other offcut, I made a pocket inside, and then you can get these at the dollar store, a pad of these. And so I've gotten one of the pads and just drenched it in coffee, and I love it. And so a little spot for, this is called ephemera, little spot that people can journal on, have fun with. I might still put a stamp on it. I don't want it to be too bulky though, because it does go in the mail. These are little envelopes that I had in a junk room, and so again, I drenched. that's the word for today's video. Drenched. This envelope. It's such a cute envelope. It's so small. And coffee dyed it, and then I just stamped it. I got to put something in here, and I think I have an idea for that. And then I put one of my clusters that I made. I love making clusters, mass making them, and so I tried to match what I did over here. And it's just music paper, book pages, old book pages. There's some lace there, fussy cut a butterfly, and this is from a digi kit, which is just a label that again I coffee dyed. I don't even drink coffee. Don't even like the smell of coffee, but I like using it in my junk journals. And this is what I want to make now for the pug pages. This is so cool. So it's actually just, it's like a tuck spot. So this is just a card that, again, I just coffee dyed front and back, spot to write on, and it just goes right in like that. And this is an envelope. Oh, I'm so happy to have more things to do with all these envelopes I have. So this is not my idea. I don't think anything of what I do is an original idea. I've seen it, heard it somewhere. This idea comes from Pam at the Paper Outpost. I came across it on Pinterest, actually, is where I found it. And I couldn't believe how easy it is to make. And it's one envelope. And I want to do it for the pugs, the pug pages. And so let's do it. All you need is an envelope, and the middle here is some fabric washi tape. Now I'm in the junk room at work and I don't have that, so let's see what I come up with. So these are still drying. Different envelopes are going to make a different shape. I don't know if it will work on this one, but I'm going to try. But I got a couple different sizes. I'll do one of each. I'm not going to coffee dye them right now because I want to show you how easy it is to make it, and have it put together. I don't even know if there's really anything putting it together, but I want you to see that. And then after, I'm going to coffee dye because we can't wait for the coffee to dry. I'm using my art glitter glue because I love it, and it's quick drying for videos. We're going to glue the envelope shut, right along where you would normally lick it. Remember those days where you had to lick your envelopes? I prefer those peel ones. And this one, so this one's going to be a little different with a different type of flap. And I have a new setup here at work with a much sturdier table. And so hoping I'm always in frame. All right, let's give this one a try. I didn't see Pam make one with a different flap other than the pointed ones. So there we go. All right, are you ready? This is going to be a funky one just because of the shape of the envelope. So if you don't like funky, you'll need different envelopes. So there, that's a pretty funky one. Okay, so it's like where the flap comes down and where the flap goes up, and you're just cutting along the edge there. You can see how different sizes of envelopes, different shapes of envelopes make different, they're like butterflies. So there's those two, and then let's see this one right here. Oh, look at this one. She's a beauty. I love this one. I didn't think I was going to. So you only need one envelope. We want to do a center of the butterfly. This is washi tape. not very good washi tape, but we can use it. And because it's not very good washi tape, I'm going to use some glue. I'm going to make sure that this is my back, where the flap comes down where you licked it. So I'm going to make sure I put some glue here. And you can go around as many times as you want. Just remember that if you go around a lot, it adds bulk. Okay, so washi tape works if you have it. But if you don't have washi tape, okay, think. All right, do you have any lace or maybe some ribbon? Washi tape. We know you can use fabric washi tape. Okay, what happens if you don't have washi tape and you don't have ribbon? What can you do? I'm going to go out on a limb and say most of us might have paper, scrap paper. Any kind of paper. It could be book pages from when we tear them out. It could be, old, school paper. It could be lined paper. It could be a map. It could be a newspaper. It could be junk mail. I'm sure we have paper. Let's try it. I'm just pulling this out, and I'm going to make it maybe that wide. I don't know. Roughly even. And as you know, I cannot cut in a straight line. I'm just going to cut as close as I can get to the fold. Perfect. That's from a book page. And there we go. And you can go as fancy as you want. But there, look, I did 3 in just a matter of minutes. You can mass make these. You could coffee dye them, which I will do, but you can stamp on them and add some interest. Really have script stamp here in the junk room at work. We have lots of stamps, but no real script ones. What's this? Oh, it says believer. All right, so I'm just going to use my favorite Jumbo Java. Now let's see what happens if I put coffee on this. I think, I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to see. Yeah, it's smudges, which I'm very okay with. If you have different colors inks, you can spray it and make it any color you want, like I did in this one. I was just experimenting with different inks that I have, and that was the end result. And then once it's dry, you glue it down the side. Then you just make the size journal card that you need, and it just goes in behind it. Now, it does open up, and you could, if you wanted to, you could use that space, but it doesn't go all the way down. It only goes down to where the center is. That's why I like to put it behind. Now, you could glue your envelope completely. So I could have gone in to the envelope inside and put glue all on the inside so it didn't have that opening, but I kind of like it. Can't remember if Pam gave them a name or anything, but they're butterflies, and the wackier the better. How's my drawing? Still a little damp, but that's okay. All right, bring back this guy. And let's see. I don't like straight edges, but put you there. Oh, where's my heads? Because that's going to dictate where I put some stuff. Okay. Almost lost my head there. Yep. Okay, so we have that book page. We have some music here. You could paint. You could, if you had gesso, you can put gesso on to cover it up a little bit. But I don't want too much. Like that. Yeah, because we want you to know that it's a jack, right? Okay. And I like to ink. This page is going to be done in 2 parts. So you'll have to come back to see how I bring it all together. I opened up the video with Proverbs. Proverbs is such a rich book of things not to do, you know, things to watch out for, advice, how to live. Like it's such an awesome book. And those verses, I had to chuckle about a bowl of vegetables with someone you love is better than steak with someone you hate. I thought that was an interesting verse. And here at work, I'll be planting the vegetable garden soon, as we do a garden ministry here with the youth, and making sure, you know, everybody gets fed. And so that's something else that I do besides junk journaling. And so I got a chuckle out of that, reminding me I got to get my vegetables planted soon. It's only now starting to warm up, so I haven't really wanted to get out there and do anything. Wow, I think that's pretty cool. I'm still thinking it needs a couple other touches. I love to sew. I'll take it to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew around it. I'm going to play a little bit more, so this is not the finished product, but there's a few things I'm going to do. And I have to make another one the same, or at least close to being the same. Alex and Miley, I have begun working on this 5-item challenge that you gave me. And a challenge it is. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will be back hopefully with some more stuff on these pages. Take care, everybody.